this book has been in my shelf for I don't know how long. It's been there for so long, and finally I've started reading this book. But yeah, so I read this book, and when I first saw the title, I was like, "But I'm a pro at it. What can I learn from this book?" But to be honest, there are many things that I learned from this book and which changed my perspectives. So I thought that I'll give a book review, and many of you actually wanted one as well. So yeah, so basically I put all these advices into two categories. So basically, one are my lessons, and the second one are new advices that I learned. These are a bit non cliche, and keep on watching the video and you'll get to know what I mean by that. But yeah, let's get on with the video. For that, make sure you check out my website because I post deep content over there with my feelings and stuff. So please check that out. And yeah, so the number one thing which I learned in my life was that you should accept your failures. You should accept the negative experiences. Try to embrace any negative experience you have, because you can't like you can miss those experiences, because those are the ones, the failures are the ones that will help you grow. Like you should know me. When I meet new people, I used to like have this thing in my head that let's have a negative experience, let's have a fight, then I'll know that I can have good times with this person. Like once I get through the hard part, the fights and all, I believe that friendships will be easier. So I guess that's one way of looking at it. So the next thing, throughout my life, this is my number one tip, and this is the number one tip that this book gives, and it's the title of the book, which is to not care about every single thing that someone says about you. Never, like, you shouldn't care about anything what people say, because that's bad for your mental health, and that is a running theme of this book. And yeah, and that's one major thing that I learned in my life, was to stop caring about what people say. You should care about what people say, but you should be selective. Okay, so the next major thing that I learned about life in general was never chase happiness, never want to be happy, never uh, never chase it, because let me tell you, the honest truth is that life is just a continuous process of failures. You're gonna keep on failing, you're gonna keep on, there will be a lot of negative experiences in your life, and to be honest, those experiences will become easier, and it will become easier, and how you deal with them, it will become easier, and that's what will make you happy. So like for example, my life, I'm still dealing with the same problem, I'm still dealing with my disability, but 10 years back it was not the same. I was like extremely upset about it, but now just look at me, so in life you just learn to deal with your problems. So happiness is not something that just comes like that. So don't pursue it. Don't pursue it. Another major lesson, uh, when I was littler, like I always dreamt, I always wanted the reward, and I never wanted to work for it. I never wanted to struggle, or I didn't put in the hard work. But life doesn't work like that. You have to work hard, and you know, you have to feel the struggle, and then the reward will be much, much. Next major lesson that I learned is that, and the book also says, these are all things that the book has said, but I've also learned it throughout my life. So, yeah, this is how I chose to categorize the advices. But anyway, the next thing is that we can't control what happens to us, but we can control our emotions, we can control how we respond, and that's what makes us responsible. So, like, for example, I can say that it's my crappy genetics. So, like, I have crappy genetics in my body, so, like, whatever happens is not my fault. Like, I can say that, I can be like, every time that I fall, if I'm upset, then it's not my fault, but actually, to be honest, it's your fault. Every time that I do fall, which does happen, trust me, it's not nice. Anyway, every time that I do fall, yeah, it's not my fault, it's my crappy genetics. But I have the choice of responding to that in a non caring manner. If I want to, I can like just go with it, go with life, which I do. Sometimes it does get to me, which is I'm responsible for my emotions. You get me? That's the main thing. So this concept of being responsible for your emotions, this was actually taught by my first book, Designing Destiny, which I did a review and actually put it on Instagram, and that was my mistake. But yeah, I should have put it on YouTube. But it's on Instagram, and my spiritual journey also helped me realize these things. So these lessons that I already learned, seeing them in this book actually made me very happy. To be honest, like, it gave me a sense of that I'm going on a correct road kind of thing. Like, I'm learning with the non-cliched advices, and these advices people don't give. This is not something that we preach or other people preach. These things I'm listening to them for the first time. So yeah, buckle up. Okay, so the first non-cliched advice is to not be positive all the time. Try not to be positive 24/7. And mom, if you're watching this, please don't whack me in the head. Please. I know people tell you that being positive is a good thing, which it is. It is a good thing, but positivity and happiness should come from within. Like, you shouldn't force it. Like, if you're sad, you should embrace those emotions that come to you, and you shouldn't force the happiness upon you, because it just reminds you that you're weak or you're failed. You get me? You get me? The next thing that I really liked is the superhero called Disappointment Panda, who, he's like a superhero who will tell you all the bitter truths in your life. The truth that you have to hear, because the truth is what might be sad in the beginning, but if you start embracing it, if you start accepting it, things will be easy. So we need Disappointment Panda superhero. Yes. Next thing, emotions are overrated. So basically, I am a very emotional person. I am a very sensitive person. So I like live on my emotions. So emotions was my number one thing in life. But this book says that emotions are nothing but a signal to your body that you need to take action, which is, if you think about it, it's kind of true. Like if you're sad about something, those sad emotions are because you're not doing anything about it, and those sad emotions are reminding you to do something about it. Like, how can I explain it in a better way? Yeah, the next non-cliched advice is gonna be hard to digest, but yeah, uh, you people or us people, anyone, they need to start believing that we are not special people, we are not like ultimate people, we are not God or something. Like, you have to start believing that you're some ordinary person, because if you start going higher and higher, then it'll be hard for you to improve. Like if you think you're special or something, you will feel entitled that you deserve this, you deserve that, and that thinking is not good at all. And people often call us special, like disabled people, they call us special, which I don't think is a good term. So Mark Mason is also saying that you shouldn't be special. So why do you call us special? But actually, this chapter I put on my Instagram story, and I got I got a lot of like questions on what book I'm reading. Yeah, so this chapter is really close to my heart because I thought wrong for the whole of my life. Like, this chapter says that you should be on self doubt. To be honest, you will never be right. Never, never. And you have to keep making mistakes, and by making these mistakes, you will just be less wrong. Never right. You never want to be right. Never perfect. So like when I was in my college, I used to always make mistakes, and I used to yell at myself. I used to be like, I'm never learning, I'm always making these mistakes and stuff. But to be honest, like as you keep making more and more mistakes, it's a good thing. It's a sign that you're trying, and it's a sign that you're gonna learn. So yeah, that's what Mark said, and it made me really happy. Next thing is like a little flow chart kind of thing. If you're Many people think that if you're inspired or motivated, then that will cause your actions. But to be honest, actions will inspire you to do more, and that's how the flow chart should be. So I tried to explain some of the things that Mark Mason says in his book, but obviously I'm not him, so I will not be able to explain it in a way he has in his book. So if you did like the lessons that I gave, then yeah, you have to read this book. Come on, like, oh, and I forgot to say, this book is a bit PG-13. So yeah, but if you're uncomfortable with the PG-13 language, I only have one thing to tell you, that if 90% of the book is awesome, then why would you leave it for the 10% that is making you uncomfortable? You get me? You get me? Yeah.